My ex sneered at my open house, hands shoved in his expensive pockets like he owned the place. His new wife smirked at the marble countertops. "Aw," she said, syrup dripping from her voice, "selling other people's dreams now?" I smiled, calm. "Actually," I said, "I just closed a $1.2 million deal with your boss." His face cracked. Just a flicker. Enough. "Funny," I added, tilting my head. "He mentioned restructuring. Should I put in a word?" The silence between us, thick, strangled, was worth every sleepless night. Before the fire, there was trust. I met him at 23. He wore confidence like armor, charm like a weapon. I mistook both for love. He told me I steadied him, that I was his anchor. I believed him, and for years I poured myself into his world, his career, his ambitions, his comforts. I built a home where he only had to walk in and take credit for existing. I didn't see the cracks until they widened. Betrayal smells before it's seen. The late nights at the office, the silence when his phone buzzed, the way he showered before touching me. I noticed perfume that wasn't mine. Not floral, not citrus, something expensive. A note of vanilla and leather that clung to his shirt. The first undeniable proof? A message carelessly left open on his tablet. "She'll never be you." But I don't need her to be. My lungs froze. The words weren't even about love. They were about convenience. Rage wanted to scream. I didn't let it. I didn't throw plates. I didn't beg. I didn't threaten. I smiled. I kissed him goodnight. And in that silence, I shifted. I became a surgeon, cutting away rot. Cold, precise. I studied his world like it was a case file. His company, his boss, his habits, his weaknesses. If he thought I was going to burn down screaming, he miscalculated. I don't burn, I smolder, and then I bury. The plan began in whispers. I filed for divorce. Quietly, cleanly, no scenes, no fury, just paperwork. I left him with the impression I was moving on. Meanwhile, I rebuilt myself. Real estate, my territory now. A market he mocked as selling pretty lies. But the market doesn't lie if you know how to read it. And I learned fast. I carved out a name, closed deals, built connections. And then, almost too perfectly, his boss became my client. His boss, a man with sharper eyes than my ex ever knew. He wanted discretion. He wanted someone who could maneuver quietly while restructuring gutted the company. I was his choice, and I delivered. Every detail handled with precision. Every signature placed like a blade. My ex didn't know that while he paraded his new wife around like a trophy, his position at work was softening beneath his feet. He was too drunk on victory to feel the ground shifting. The stage was set. Open house, my space. I knew he'd come. He never could resist a chance to measure himself against me. He walked in like he still owned pieces of me. And she followed, lacquered smile, hand draped on his arm like she'd won a prize. They underestimated me. Perfect. The confrontation. His sneer hit first. Her smirk followed. But my strike was surgical. I just closed a $1.2 million deal with your boss. His mask slipped. His pulse ticked at his jaw. I leaned in, voice soft enough to slice. "Funny, he mentioned restructuring. Should I put in a word?" And just like that, everything I'd planned condensed into one moment. Every betrayal, every sleepless night, every smile I forced while plotting in silence. All of it crystallized into his silence now, the payoff. His wife's smirk faltered first. She looked at him, he avoided her eyes. I could almost hear the gears grinding, the questions clawing. That was enough. I didn't need to watch him crumble completely. I knew what was waiting when he walked back into his office. I knew who was sharpening the knives. And I knew when the restructuring was done, he'd be the one left outside. Reflection. People expect revenge to taste like fire, to roar, to destroy. But it doesn't. It tastes like still water after a storm. Quiet, pure. I didn't scream when he betrayed me. I didn't beg. I didn't break. I rebuilt. I outplayed. And when the moment came, I let silence do the work. Because silence is where the truth hits hardest. And that silence, watching his confidence collapse, his wife's hand slip from his arm, was priceless.